Juicy, tender, and amazing smoked turkey breast. Does baking up make it better compared to butter at the very end? We tested out to see which one is better and amplifies the flavor of a turkey breast. Stick around to see the results. This looks good. Cannot wait to slice into it. Well, today we're firing up the Lone Star 20x42. We have a bed of lumped charcoal here using the fire management box, which is fantastic and helps me keep consistent and efficient fires. So we have a base of lumped charcoal. You can use any lumped charcoal you want. Then we're using some post oak from this company here called Smokin' Woods, and they have fantastic wood chunks and also wood splits and a few other things. We're going to put 2 splits on each side as this comes up to temperature. We're getting the smokestack open and trying to get the airflow flowing here in the beginning. And we are aiming for 300 degrees for these turkey breasts, using the Grill Blazer grill torch to light this up. Have a discount code on the screen and in the description if you're interested. But I love this thing. It makes it really fun to engage with your fire and light it really quick. So like literally 60 seconds, you got a fire going. So we're getting this hot, and then we'll put a wood split on every 45 minutes to maintain that 275 to 300 degrees. But again, I'm aiming more for like that 300 degrees. If you're intimidated by smoking turkey, then this video is definitely for you. This is gonna be a straightforward, kind of fail-safe, fail-proof, if you will, turkey breast video. And this is a butterball turkey breast. These are 3 pounds. This is a great way to start as a beginner or even as an expert, especially if you don't need to cook a ginormous turkey and it's a small family. You might be cooking ham and you want to supplement it. I'm cooking for a group this Sunday, and I'm doing a test run with these butterball turkey breasts, and I'll be cooking a whole ham and a bunch of these small 3-pound turkey breasts as well. I like these, and also want to make sure those of you that watch, this is most likely what you'll find at your grocery store. These restaurant style you know, like 6 to 7 pound turkey breasts are one that you can source through a butcher most likely. I think Whole Foods sells like 6 to 7 pound ones. I have one that's a little further away. So these are easy to find and pretty easy to cook. So let's unpackage these, get them seasoned up, and show you our strategy. All right, team, we're gonna take this out of the exterior netting. And then what you're gonna find in these butterball packages is these are also going to be wrapped in netting as well. This inside a plastic bag, make it easier to capture all the juices that are going to flow. But this is netted inside, and let me show you. Be sure to grab the gravy packet out of there as well, and then we'll get this seasoned up. All right, now it's time to season these turkey breasts. We don't need to use a binder because we've got plenty of moisture here. What I want to do is start out with salt, pepper, garlic, and this has butter in it as well, which is going to be a great flavor that we're going to do. And then use my sweet red dirt, which is it's great on poultry and turkey and things like that. Let's do a coating, and we're going to do a little seasoning throughout the cook as well. But this is you got this netting, so sometimes it should penetrate and get through. That's why we're gonna add a little bit, because it doesn't always catch. But then we're gonna do a second layer, so don't be afraid of that. And then, let's see if I can get my sweet red dirt rub. And then this has got paprika and a few other things to kind of give it a nice color and flavor as well. Now, if you want to do a straight, like kind of more Texas style, man, salt, pepper, garlic is perfect, and it's all you need. But I've got my own seasonings, and I like to layer things with flavor. So for me, it makes sense to use these. Have a link in the description if you're interested. Man, these are super delicious. But again, basic salt, pepper, garlic is all you need. All right, team, so we were at that 275. We're gonna keep it going until we hit 300, but I'm gonna go ahead and get these on there. I always like to do a hand touch to make sure the cooking chamber is hot. This is definitely hot. Lift this up. Pull this out. And let these cook. And I want to make sure I kind of get these in the shape I want, although they're already there in the net. I think this is going to take us 2 hours, or 2.5 to 3 hours of cooking time. And so we're just going to check in about an hour to see how these are performing. All right, team, we are at that 1 hour mark, a little bit over an hour. And I want to show you what everything looks like. We're about 110 degrees internal temperature, and man, look at the color. I'm gonna go ahead and flip these because the color is looking great, but also want to make sure that all sides equally are getting cooked. I'm gonna go ahead and spritz this to keep moisture going. This is some chicken broth. You could also use turkey broth if you have it, but just want to keep things moist. And but man, it looks and smells awesome. We're getting some good color by turning it. It's allowing it to cook evenly as well, what I just did. So this is looking good. We will see you back at 140 is my goal. And then we'll show you the next steps from there, where we start testing a few different ingredients and see how we do. All right, team, we are at that 140 mark, and it's time, oh man, to do our test. We are comparing baking up fat, or just pretty much baking fat, compared to a stick of butter, wrapping it in foil for the last 30 minutes. That's gonna take it to 161, and then we're gonna let it rest for 15 minutes until it brings it up to temperature to 165. So this is looking spectacular. We got some good color on there, and we're gonna leave this in the wrap here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this stick of butter on the bottom. And then just to show you also temperature, yeah, we're at that 143 or so. So what I'm gonna do is keep the meter in there just so I can monitor the temperature. Put a stick of butter right here. We're gonna put the top of this down. And then we are going to put this back on the smoker. Put it back here and do the same thing with the bacon up. I'm gonna bring this off. Got my spoon here. And what we wanna do, we just wanna see which one's good better. I've been cooking with bacon up, not only just seasoning your griddle, but also it can be a great substitute for butter if that's something you're interested in. So we're gonna do the same thing. This is just a spoon. We're gonna do a good chunk and make sure that it's a good comparison for the amount of butter I've got here. This should be enough. Bacon up. And do the same thing. I'm going to put this down. And we've got some great color. And we're going to smoke this upside down. So we want all that juice to render. And we're going to bring you back once we reach that 160. We've hit 160, now it's time to take it out of the netting. All right, team, so what I've done is I've unnetted this, and I've sprinkled a little bit more rub on here, on any spots that I feel like could use it. And this is pretty much done, but I'm gonna let it just be on there for about 5 minutes. It's already at 160, and then I'm gonna let it rest until it hits that 165. Even if it inches up to 170, that'll be fine. We have finished up these turkey breasts. Now it's time to slice into them. They've been resting for 15 minutes. And again, a quick recap, we took it out of the netting, seasoned it a little bit more, put it back on the top rack of the smoker to get a little bit more crispy on the outside, and that ended up being a great plan. Top rack on my smoker is a lot hotter, and so that gave us the great bark that we were looking for, great mahogany color from my sweet red dirt. Now we're gonna slice into this to see how it tastes and tell you what we think. Slice this. Oh, the juices. Oh my gosh, I hope you can see this coming through. The tenderness. We even got a little nice smoke ring. I hope you can see the juices flowing out of this turkey breast. I mean, you can make these as thin or as thick as you'd like. I'm trying to maintain some of that bark, but this is, that's why I'm being a little slower on this. But we got a nice smoke ring there. Finish this off camera, and then we'll do a taste test. All right, so I got the bacon. I'm sorry, I got this first one here is our butter one, so let's give that a taste test. Oh my gosh, that is one heck of a smoked turkey. Holy moly, it's awesome. Bacon. All right, we're done. First off, both turkeys were delicious, tender, juicy, smoky. The Dust Bowl with the garlic butter flavor, sweet red dirt. I have a nice like sweet heat to it, which is my sweet red dirt. So the back end right now, I've got a little good heat to it, and it's delicious on turkey. And man, this is a good smoked turkey on the offset. I am so impressed how this turned out. This was my first turkey on the offset. Now I've done tons of turkeys. I've got a few turkey videos on the channel for you to check out on my Kamado Joe, but that turned out awesome. Now, the results. You're wondering, man, is butter wrapping or is bacon grease better? Almost too close to call. And I don't know if that's because I should add more butter on top layer, bottom layer, but I also didn't want to sacrifice a good bark. That's why I put it back on the smoker for that last 10 minutes after I took off the netting. But man, I would say both options are great because they're both going to be fat, and that's going to give it flavor. And when it's melted and rendered on top of that and you pour the juices back on, it is wonderful. So I would say both options are good, almost too close to call. But if I had to give one, I felt like my first bite compared to the butter one was, I felt like it was better from an initial taste. After doing 2 or 3 bites of both, I feel like it's too close to call, but I'll give it to the butter. But the bacon, I still think it's a solid win and a really fun one to use. Now, I think where the bacon grease will do your turkey next level is if we deep fry it in bacon grease, or if you had a whole spatchcock turkey and you want to put it underneath the skin. I think that's where we'll begin to see the differences between the two. So just wrapping, probably not enough data to give us an accurate, flavor either way. But man, it turned out a beautiful, tender, juicy, and a smoky. Both of them turned out awesome. So I'm grateful. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this, if you've done this before. And again, check out all the turkey videos that might help you in your holiday cooking. And if you have any tips that you've done that you want to share with those that follow the channel, that would be awesome. Friends, if you found value in this video, be sure to like, subscribe, save it, and share it. It really helps the channel. And from my backyard to yours, less hate, more love. Good barbecue. Till next time.